To win a championship, you can't afford the slightest of slip-ups. And that's exactly what Grant Denyer found last time out in the mini challenge on the Gold Coast. It's now down to turn 3 and Denyer's in really deep and unloads the guest. Denyer down the inside and a bit of a touch.
Big hit.
This weekend at Barbagallo, it's the return of mini endurance racing. So grab the reins, get ready for the jump. It's going to be a wild ride.
We've headed west for the penultimate round of the mini challenge. Now this is the second to last event of the season and we are packing in plenty of mini action. Jason Barbagallo, there are 3 races here this weekend, but the last one is going to be the big one.
Absolutely, Brian, and we go back to that format with 2 drivers. So we'll have one driver in race 1, different driver in race 2, and then the driver change in race 3. A longer race, so tyre management is going to be the key. The sand on the circuit's going to play into it as well, so it's going to come down to the teams.
Well, the championship, it's not wrapped up just yet, but the big battle is the fight for second.
With a healthy championship lead, Paul Stokel looks to be cruising to the title, but second in the series is still well and truly up for grabs. Grant Denyer was leading the championship earlier in the season, but now sits back in 4th after a disastrous last round.
It's just one of those things, we're driving the oldest cars in the field, so whenever something breaks, we're kind of learning the lifespan of a lot of the componentry, so everyone gets to learn from our mistakes. And at Queensland, we had a number of components fail. I'll rebound, it was all out of my hands, and, you know, I'm looking forward to the final 2. It's not over yet.
Just 15 points ahead in 3rd place is Scott Barbagallo. He's had his fair share of ups and downs this year as well, but can he hang on?
No doubt Grant's a tough competitor and he's shown some great speed in these minis over the past 2 seasons. So, look, it's going to be interesting, but, yeah, I'm ready for the challenge. Bring it on.
A last start winner on the Gold Coast, Chris Alajajan is always guaranteed to throw up something unique. But despite a strategy that could be deemed win it or bin it, amazingly, he's still second in the championship.
Strategy is to stay clean. You know, this circuit provides a lot of runoff, but I'm not looking in those terms. But you know, it's going to be good, interesting racing as always for the whole season so far, and I'm looking very forward to the exciting racing ahead.
At this round, the Pizza Capers Uber Star car will have 2 stars instead of the usual 1. Ironman legend and experienced racer Guy Andrews will pair up with Leanne Tander, who is keen to erase the memories of her mini challenge debut here last year.
Yeah, that's right. I qualified second and actually got the lap record, but unfortunately I had a bit of an incident in the first race, which meant I didn't probably get the results I was capable of. So I'm glad to be back and get a second chance.
Oh, I think we'll be a good team, actually. She's very fast. I looked up her times from last year, and I think she even holds the lap record or quite close to it. So, yeah, I'm thankful to have someone who's so quick in the car with me.
And what about the new kid on the block? 18-year-old Victorian Sean Carter has been taken under the wing of the Barbagallo team and impressed on debut in Queensland.
Scott and Jason have been, you know, really helping me out, and it's you can't buy that knowledge. It's just it's brilliant. So yeah, that's been great.
While he may be lacking experience, he's not subject to the weight ballast carried by the front runners. One of the unique factors that keep things even in the mini challenge.
Mini challenge is one of the most exciting, entertaining categories in Australia. It's the close racing that makes it so competitive. And to keep a level playing field, we use the Success Ballast system. This car has no weight, this one's got weight. Let's go and have a close look at that. A driver's round results determines the amount of ballast their car will carry at the next meeting, with 50 kilos being the maximum. The only way to get rid of that weight is to get a bad result. And here's where it sits, in the control box. Now, from the driver's seat, when you've got 50 kilos on board, you can really feel it under braking. Getting the car out of those tight corners is a lot of a challenge for the drivers. Makes it very hard for them to maximise their lap time, making Mini Challenge one of the most competitive and toughest one-make categories around the world.
You're watching the Mini Challenge delivered by Pizza Capers. In race 1 at Barbagallo, it was the locals who dominated the front row of the grid.
Nathan Karate from pole position takes the lead at turn 1, but Carl Reidler going a long way. So too is Chris Alajajan.
Around the outside of Sean Carter at turn 1. That was pretty brave stuff. Good manoeuvre from Alajajan. Karate now looking to extend that lead.
The run back down towards turn 7. Alajajan under fire from the championship leader, Paul Stokel, who really just needs to bank some points.
Look, they're side by side all the way through the field there. It's a lot of action as Aaron Karate goes past Sean Carter there onto the straight.
Reindler in second spot. Scott Barbagallo sits in third. Then it's Alajajan and Stokel. And this race here really is for 6th place because that's pole for race 2. Leanne Tander making a move on Paul Fiore.
Oh, this is going to be tight over the top of the hump here. See if they can stay side by side. Beautiful.
Chris Alajajan was trying everything he could to get past Scott Barbagallo.
Oh, bit of two-wheeling action. It's all going on down in Alajajan. He's been quite quick. He's put a lot of pressure on Scotty, but oh no, Alajajan's run wide.
He's not afraid to look for different lines and different places to go on through.
You'd expect Paul Stoke to be quite patient here leading the championship. He wants to win it this year.
Karate soon streaked away from the field.
A very handy margin for our pole sitter. Here's Carl Reindler in second. First time this weekend in the minis. We saw him in the Enduros with Jason Bright in the V8 Supercars.
Leanne Tander and Paul Fiore's battle continued late into the race.
And Fiore's just getting a little bit of an edge there. So these guys are pushing pretty hard. Over the top of the hump here, flat. The rear of the car gets light.
Now a move for 9th place. Tander looking at turn 7. You've got to be careful of this curb on the inside. That is exactly the reason why.
Look out.
On the replay.
That is so high, Aaron. Look at that. Lucky it's a right-hand drive car, I reckon.
Saving on the Dunlops.
Look out.
In the end, it was the pole sitter who dominated the race from start to finish.
Nathan Karate on home soil has dominated race 1 and does it in style. Reindler home in second spot. Scott Barbagallo, great result in third. Stokel 5th and Grant Denyer back in 8th.
The second race got underway later in the day with the top 6 finishes in race 1 reversed on the grid.
Paul Stokel is carrying 50 kilograms of ballast, but that does not slow him as he takes the lead at turn 1.
Great reaction time off the line there. He just got the jump away from Karate, so as you can see there, Karate's just run a little bit wide on the exit. He goes, Chris Alajajan around the outside. That's just a long way around.
Oh, he's got his nose in the gap.
Oh, no.
So there's contact, and
Karate's just squeezed him, hasn't he?
He's exited stage right.
At least he's back in racing.
Let's have a look again.
Yeah, you can see there, Karate's just aimed for the apex. He probably didn't know that Chris was there, to be honest, but certainly Chris was well and truly in there.
Stokel clearing away, and Chris Alajajan is under fire. He's got Karate, he's got Barbagallo, he's got Chris Reindler, who's taken over from brother Carl for race 2, and Grant Denyer, Sean Carter, they're all lined up ready to go.
It's all happening inboard there with Sean Carter, so he's got a good view of the action. You get hung wide at the end of turn 1, you'll lose a few spots, so Scotty Barbagallo's dropped a couple in that one manoeuvre.
The championship leader was keen to break away from the pack and stay out of trouble.
And this is a good example here, Aaron, of why Stokel's been so quick. Look at that car, it's not moving at all. Clean, tidy. These guys behind are pushing hard to try and catch him.
Stokel comes into this round 144 points clear of Alajajan, and he's saving his best tyres for the last race.
It was Ironman Guy Andrews' turn behind the Uber Star wheel.
Guy Andrews these days does a lot of stunt driving at Movie World on the Gold Coast, but I tell you what, Leanne Tander's already outdone him from race 1.
Yeah, I don't know, he's having a bit of a crack. He's gone very deep under brakes. Look at Karate, he's trying to recover from that first lap incident.
Down at turn 6, Andrews a little bit wide, and Karate fills the gap, so he's been Karate chopped, I'd say.
Grant Denyer snatched back some valuable points late in the race.
So that's what happened. Scotty's touched that curb. It's just upset his run. Denyer's through into 5th place. This is really the battle for second in the championship. These guys are going to fight it out all the way to the wire.
But it was his teammate who scored the race win.
He's inching closer and closer to the Mini Challenge Championship. Paul Stokel takes race 2 at Barbagallo. Alajajan 2nd, Karate 3rd, and Chris Reindler rounds out the top 4. Guy Andrews in 10th. But for our winner, despite the maximum weight, he's still got the maximum result.
The handling doesn't really get affected that badly, but it affects you under brakes and affects you in acceleration. So, yeah, look, it's part of the game. And look, if we can win with 50 kilos on board, there's no stopping us. So let's hope we can continue that.